welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. As you can see from the title of this video, this is going to be what I actually use in my hospital bag. I'm going to watch my what's in a hospital bag video. I also include my husband's bag and my baby's bag in this video, and I'm going to tell you all what I actually use, what I didn't use, everything, so you can kind of get the scoop.
And so I want to use this bag for my hospital bag. Plus I want to match with baby, which you'll see later.
I do like matching with baby.
It's at the top of my bag, is I have some slippers. These are just fuzzy slippers from Amazon. I believe these were like...
I did use these slippers. I used these slippers and the shoes I actually wore to the hospital, which were just like the fake Easy Slides you can get from Amazon for like $20. My feet were very swollen, so I had to kind of shove my feet into both of them, but I did wear them quite a lot, especially actually after I gave birth.
$5 or $7, super cheap.
And I did leave them at the hospital, so I just didn't keep them. Like I said.
Low rise. None of my high rise bathing suit bottoms fit me with my baby bump. Alright,
there I was talking about I brought like a bathing suit bottom and a bathing suit top. I did not use that, unfortunately, so I'm going to be doing a whole birth story video, but my plan was to labor in the tub, which my hospital, all the labor and delivery rooms have like a full-size tub. But yeah, I'll go into it. I didn't end up doing that, so I didn't use a bathing suit. That's something I didn't use, but I could see it being useful.
An actual nursing bra, so the nursing bras look like...
I also did not use any of my nursing... Oh wait.
I got a size large right now. It is a little big for me because bralette.
So I did not use any of my nursing bras, but I did use this little bralette. I can't remember if I used this one or one of the ones that I was wearing when I actually went to the hospital. And I think I'm wearing, literally, yeah, I'm wearing the same color right now. These are the only bras I wear. I think, as I said in the video, I'm not a bra person. I don't like them. I normally am not wearing a bra, but now I have big boobs from breastfeeding. And so most of the time, it's still kind of comfortable to have something on. And I love these. They're like $7 from Target, very, very cheap. Skip ahead again. All right, now here.
I know that hospitals provide those, but just in case, because I just never know.
I'm talking about diapers from Real, however you say it. So I did use these.
I believe I've used their tampons in the past. I like you. I'm just kind of going in the order.
Yeah, I did use those. I don't really use them anymore. I use them for about the first 2 weeks. Okay. I used them for the first 2 weeks. I did not use them in the hospital. The hospital gave me disposable underwear, which are a lot more comfortable. Because I actually swelled up so much after giving birth, these diapers did not fit me, even though they're the biggest size that the company offers, which actually is kind of probably not great because I do have a big butt and like big hips, but let's be a little bit more size inclusive. But anyway, the hospital gave me disposable underwear, which worked really, really well for me, and just like huge pads, which is what I needed anyway. So I used those for the whole time I was at the hospital. They sent me home with a few more disposable underwear, so I used those for I think like a day or two, and then as the swelling started to go down, I did switch and use these diapers that I got, as well as the pads, which I don't remember if I actually spoke about in this video, but I have pads from Real too.
From Earth Mama. I know a lot of people use Dermaplast, which I've actually also purchased, but
So I did not use Dermaplast or the perennial spray from Earth Mama. Again, you'll understand more as I do my birth video. I still have those things. I would definitely buy one or the other, or like make sure your hospital has at least Dermaplast. My hospital didn't give me Dermaplast. I thought that was something that all hospitals give you. Granted, I didn't really need it because I had a C-section, but I would just call your hospital to be sure, or have one at home just in case. And then I see the next thing I spoke about was a room spray. I did not use a room spray, but I feel like I kind of forgot I had it, and I wish I had remembered and used it. I think it would have been helpful.
This is for after you give birth vaginally, which is my hope. It just burns down there.
Okay, the Frida Mama perennial bottle. So even though I had a C-section, I still used this. So in the hospital, and I spoke about this in the video, they give you like a very basic squeegee bottle, and we did use that in the hospital. I was just being lazy and didn't pull out my actual Frida Mom thing. But as soon as we got home, and like by the time I got home, I was 3 days post C-section, and I still like couldn't even bend down and do it myself. So like my husband was still helping me like wipe and everything in the bathroom. And so once we got home and started using the Freedom Mama bottle perennial spray thing, he was like, oh my gosh, like why aren't we using this in the hospital? The other one just went crazy. This one is so much more useful. So I did end up using that, the Freedom one, for like a few days after I got home. And then after that I was able to wipe, because it's not like I had stitches or anything, so I didn't give birth vaginally. But you do still bleed, unfortunately, after a C-section, which I didn't know. And so it's just kind of nice to rinse off before you even wipe, because there's just so much blood. So I would recommend this for, even if you know you're having a C-section, I would still recommend getting it. I think it was still worth it. And use it in the hospital. Don't be lazy like I was.
Never really had constipation.
Okay, so the next few things I talk about are stool softener and Tylenol. I've not used either of those in the hospital. I ended up taking acetaminophen, and I always forget if that's Tylenol or Advil. I feel like it's Tylenol, and the hospital gave me that, and then the hospital did give me stool softeners for a few days, which I don't think worked, because I don't think I pooped for like 2 days after I gave birth. You might be like, that's not too bad. That's super long for me. I'm someone that like I poop once or twice a day, like minimum. My regular is like 2-3 times. So to not go for like 2 days is a lot, but the stool softener didn't do too much. I would not bring these again. All right, we're gonna take you on a walk, so I'll resume this video later. We're back from our walk. I'm also in my husband's office. We call it the study. That's what British people call it, and I just like that better, so we started calling our home office a study. But yeah, the lighting is not great in here, and it's cloudy anyway, giving very spooky Halloween vibes. But yeah, let's continue with the video. So the next thing that I brought,
yeah, I will keep this in mind.
appears to be nipple butter.
Baby's bag. But yeah, I don't know if my milk will come in while I'm in the hospital. If, as I hope, we only stay one night, I kind of doubt it. I hear that after.
So we did not stay one night. We actually stayed almost a week, which I'll go into once again in my birth video, but I did use a nipple butter. I actually used it in the hospital, even though my milk hadn't come in yet. The lactation nurse came in and like she was showing me pumps and stuff. And if you don't have nipple butter, because she was like, oh, I have some, I think from the brand Lanolin. And I was like, oh, I have my own. And I actually showed her this brand from Earth Mama, and she's like, oh, this one's much better. So I used it in the hospital, and I have been using it at home. My nipples actually didn't hurt that much in the hospitals. Now the only time they hurt a lot is when baby like first starts nursing, and then also when I can tell I either need to feed baby or I need to pump, because like my boobs just get bigger and like my nipples will tingle a little bit. But the nipple butter does help. I don't think baby's a huge fan of the taste. She'll still eat from my boob with the nipple butter on, and it is safe for them. It says like you don't have to wipe it off. But like every time I've put on the nipple butter, within like maybe an hour or two, when she's feeding, she'll like start sucking and look at me like, mommy tastes a little bit different. But yeah, it's fine for them. I try not to really use it when I'm about to feed her. That's just for me, but it's not a big deal either way. So I brought this little makeup bag.
Their bag for other trips. We have like another toiletry bag in my husband's bag. I guess my husband's bag is like also like the extra bag. And I thought this would be helpful because.
All right, so I'm talking about my little white toiletry bag. I did use this at the hospital. I did not use everything in it. So it appears I brought those little combs. I didn't use those. Actually, I ended up using, let me pause it. I ended up using one of the combs just to comb baby's hair. I didn't use it for the pain relief as I was talking about. I also had makeup wipes in the bag. I did use the makeup wipes just because I was like bedridden for a bit and I just felt like my face was getting really oily. So I used the makeup wipes. I did not use any of the makeup products that I packed just because my birth ended up going not how I was wanting, and makeup was the last thing on my mind. And I didn't use the Calm scent. I did use my chapstick. I think that was everything in there. Yeah, definitely bring chapstick. My lips were super, super dry, even with drinking water. I think just like the hospital overall is just like dry. I think that was everything in the bag. Oh, what's happening?
Are actually just clothes, I think. So I'll quickly go over that because I feel like I've already been.
All right, let's go over the clothes. I feel like I used most of my clothes, but I don't really remember.
It's not a maternity robe, but I did get an extra large because I just wanted something like very big and cozy, and this is from H&M. I think it was actually on sale for like $15. I don't love it. It's not the most comfy thing in the world, but the other robe I got, I do really
So
like.
that robe that I brought, I actually ended up using that robe the most, even though I said it wasn't comfy. I really liked how like just big and oversized it was. For me, I was in the hospital gown for a lot of the time, but once I was able to like get out of the hospital gown, shower, I mostly wore just a sports bra, the disposable underwear, and then a robe. Or I wore, so I did not wear this pajama set. I did wear this little nightgown. Oh, I showed it for like 2 seconds.
This PJ gown from Target.
Yeah, so I did wear this PJ gown from Target while I was at the hospital too, and that robe. I think the only clothes I didn't wear were those pajamas.
One thing that has not come yet, because I recently noticed that I probably should bring, are nursing pads. So I'll put a few of those.
I did use nursing pads. And we did both bring our AirPods, but neither of us used them, I don't think. Actually, no. We did use them because so in the hospital we were both kind of strange and we didn't want to both sleep while baby was sleeping. Like we'd kind of take turns and during those times, like sometimes we would watch videos on our phone, but actually most of the time we just left the hospital TV on.
Oh, and the final thing is a water bottle.
And I did bring my water bottle, but the hospital, I wish I had it here with me, but the hospital gave us like, I would say they're 30 ounces. So half a gallon, no. Not half a gallon, a little less than 1 liter. They gave us each like these water bottles and they were like mom on one of them and dad on the other one. And I actually brought it home because I love, for some reason I really like it. So I actually ended up not using my water bottle and they're super good. Like anytime the nurses came in, they're like, can I get you more water? Can I get you more ice? So it was really nice to just have someone constantly filling it up.
But just in case the hospital.
And our vaccine cards, we didn't need, no one asked to see them. But we did tell them we were vaccinated. For portable speaker, I would have used, we ended up not using because all the rooms we were in actually had like a Bluetooth thing that you could link up to, so it just wasn't necessary for my hospital. But if you don't know if your hospital has that, I would definitely bring a portable speaker. So now we are moving on to my husband's hospital bag, which I will go a little quicker. I feel like this video is going to be long, just like this one.
As I said, my hospital, all the labor and delivery rooms have standalone tub, so in case I want him to get in with me, I could be naked.
Again, with the standalone tub, my husband didn't use the swimsuit because we ended up not using it. Well, we use it for a second. I'll go over that more. Then we have
like $5.
2 towels.
My plan is, and I know this sounds not very, but like kind of wasteful. My plan is whatever I take to the hospital, if it's cheap, I will probably just throw out. I just don't really want to bring, especially with everything that's going on, any germs back into the house.
Yeah, so we did bring our towels and we did use them and we left them at the hospital along with, I don't know if I have hit our shower flip-flops yet, but our shower flip-flops we used as well and we left those at the hospital. And I think actually within either the same day we came home or the next day, the hospital called me. It was like, oh, like our cleaning people found 2 towels and flip-flops on ours. We were wondering if you wanted them, which I thought was pretty nice. So that means if you were to forget something in your room, like you could probably get it back. I just told them like, yeah, it's fine. Like I didn't want them, but I thought that was nice that they checked before throwing them out.
Boy or boy, I don't know how to say it, but
okay.
Sticks to surfaces. Very nice.
Now I'm just going over our full toiletry bag. We did use all of our toiletries. I think anyone would. The only thing we didn't use, and I think I already went over it. Did I? No, I didn't. So yeah, we had these 2 toiletry bags. So the only thing that we didn't use were babies. I brought some body wash and coconut oil for baby. We did not use either, even though the hospital did give baby a bath there. I asked if I could use my body wash for baby and they're like, sorry, like we can't do that because we just don't know. I said fine. I still wanted her to take a bath there, especially since we were there for so long. So I didn't end up using that. And I think I might have used the coconut oil on her hands a bit. I don't really remember. I'm not sure I'd bring it again. And I recently learned that you're not supposed to put lotion on babies until they're like a month, which I didn't realize. Our pediatrician told us that. So we are now not putting lotion on her. I'm not even putting a coconut oil on her, just letting her skin be, even though it's peeling, and I really want to put lotion on her. Oh, I don't know why this white screen keeps happening.
Yeah.
I did not use the fan. I would still pack it again though.
Bakeries, little like berries.
Snacks. We did eat a lot of these snacks. I feel like we ate a lot of them our first night because when we went in our first night, they did let me eat dinner, but I don't know why. For some reason, I think we were both just like kind of nervous, even though we didn't, I guess anxious is more the word, because we just didn't really know what was going to happen or how quickly I was going to progress. So we did eat a lot of the snacks, but then also the hospital food is actually pretty decent and they had vending machines. So I wouldn't be as pressed about bringing snacks next time. But that depends on your hospital for sure.
This is packed as if, just in case we just stay like 2-3 nights. Some boxers for him, and then just some sweatpants and shorts for him in case it's cold or hot. Oh, and some socks.
So before we move on to baby's bag, the last bag, my husband did use all of his clothes, and because we were in the hospital for much longer than we anticipated, and we only lived like less than 10 minutes away from the hospital, once my mom came and like my sister came, my best friend came, so I wasn't by myself. My husband actually came home and just took a shower at home, which I was completely fine with. If I was able to do that, I would have loved to. So he actually even like used extra clothes. So I would definitely recommend for your partner, don't forget about them, to bring at least 2, maybe 3 changes of clothes, because you really don't know how long you're going to end up staying in the hospital. I mean, if you live close to the hospital like we did, maybe you don't have to pack just in case, but if you live like a little further from the hospital, like 30 minutes, and like you don't have anyone like any family members or close friends that's going to be with you in the hospital, and you don't want to be by yourself, I would say overpack is better, because you don't want to run out of clothes, especially for your partner. For you, you can probably stay in the hospital gown. You can ask them for new hospital gowns over and over, but for your partner, like, they're probably not going to want to wear the same dirty clothes.
Last bag, the most fun bag in my opinion.
And now we're going to baby's bag.
Primarily, actually, this is from Nora's nursery, and they come with cloth diapers. After baby grows out of newborn size, or if she's born and charity fits.
We did use the wet bag for baby's dirty clothes.
And I don't know if I'll have some extra. I'll save in these bags. I don't know if hospitals like have a fridge.
The hospital, the breast milk bag, I did not use. Your milk does not come in that soon. I don't know. Maybe, I have heard that if it's like your second or third baby, sometimes your milk comes, I feel like something like flew into my nose, sorry. I've heard that if it's your second or third or more babies, sometimes your milk comes in earlier. My milk did not come in that early. I think it's actually rare for it to come in that early, at least to the amount that you need breast milk storage bags. So I would not bring that next time. And then I started talking about a lot of just in case for babies. So
I think I only packed one.
We did use the burp cloths, definitely bring those. And then we did use a swaddle. We didn't use a swaddle while we were in the hospital because they give you some. When we left, we actually took one. It was funny. I was like, oh, can we take a swaddle? They're like, you can take one, but don't take all of them, please. Because apparently a lot of people would just kind of take everything. So we did take one. That's more for memories, and we did use it for a bit, but now we're just mostly using our own. Obviously, we washed it. But this swaddle, I'm pretty sure... Yeah, so the swaddle I brought was the one that we ended up like just once baby was in her car seat and we were going home, just kind of covering her feet just so she would be warm. It's fall, and this probably just depends on when you're having your baby. If you're having a baby in the middle of like August and super hot, you probably don't need to bring one. But anytime after, I would even say like late September up until like June, I would bring one just to cover them in their car seat so they're not cold.
I just don't think we'll need more than one. I hear that they just fall off. They're not necessary. Also for like Montessori babies, it's preferred to just keep your baby's fingernails short so they can't scratch themselves, but they do have freedom to like feel things and learn from things. So that's primarily I'm going to be leaving her hands free anyway. I'm also bringing, just kick the stand. I
still do that. I don't cover baby's hands. I just file her nails. I talked about it in a video. I don't know if you're interested in the nail filer I use, just ask in the comments. But yeah, I just use like a little nail filer for her weekly so that she can't scratch herself. Then the Haka, definitely don't bring it. You don't need it. You're still just gonna have colostrum in the hospital, which is too thick to like work with the Haka. I do heavily use the Haka now though, so I would absolutely recommend buying it.
We use all the time for baby. We do have our hatch that was gifted to us. This also gifted to us.
The portable speaker we used a lot, and we still use it. Didn't use the cradle brush because they gave baby a bath, and I was about to be like, let me use it.
I don't plan to use pacifiers with baby. If she like absolutely loves them and just we need to use them.
Baby does not like pacifiers. We've tried because sometimes in the middle of the night she's just kind of inconsolable. Like we fed her, she got a diaper, cuddling, but she doesn't like pacifiers. Actually, last night we had a pretty rough night, and I think like unconsciously bought some pacifiers on Amazon, so we'll see if she likes that. I know a lot of babies just like different kinds. If she doesn't take the ones that I just bought, we're just gonna not do pacifiers. I think the rest of the stuff that I talked about.
Sleep there. And
oh, we did use the Gather Mat changing pad. If you don't have it, it would be fine, but it was nice to have.
And like if they pull out some kind of wipe.
It was nice to also have wipes and diapers for baby because we actually went straight from the hospital to her first doctor's appointment since we were in the hospital for so long. Usually you go within like a day or two having your baby. And so like we just pretty much had our full diaper bag ready, and I think we actually did change her at the doctor's. So if we hadn't had those, it would have been fine because the hospital had extra. And I'm sure if we were like, we're about to go to the doctor's, can we take a few diapers and some wipes, they wouldn't have turned us down. But it was nice to have our own along with the diaper balm, even though we actually don't use diaper balm very often for her because she just doesn't get rashes because we change her every time she pees basically.
Two to three and on. 3, but one looks a little bit smaller than the other, so I'll see which one fits for the best. I've showed these before, but they're just too cute.
Those are cute.
Very cute little leggings or pants, baby pants. This will probably be like, I know what outfit I want her to wear, but
keep in mind, these are from H&M. Baby was 10 pounds, 4 ounces when she was born, and these are still big on her even though they're a newborn. So H&M just runs big. That's just a little tip for you to know. But yeah, the rest of the video, I think I just go over clothes that I brought for her. Definitely brought too many clothes. She was mostly just in like a double swaddle, so like one swaddle and another one for most of the time. But after a few days, we put her in a few of the clothes that we brought her, and then also going home, we put her in an outfit. So I definitely brought too many clothes, but it wasn't the worst thing ever because I was gonna bring that whole bag anyway, and baby clothes are so tiny. And let's see. Ooh, I think I talked about one last thing. What is this?
Which I've shown before. This one is from Old Navy.
Oh, still talking about clothes.
That are like, oh, that would be nice. So I'm just probably gonna leave this as a long video.
Yep, so that seems to be everything. So those were the things that I actually used in my hospital bag. I thought this video would be shorter than my hospital bag video, but it looks like it's gonna be about the same length. I hope this video was probably more helpful than my what's in a hospital bag. I feel like it is still worth overpacking rather than underpacking. That is me personally. You never really know what's going to happen when you give birth, and my experience was exactly that. Like, I'm glad I overpacked because of the experience I had that I was not expecting. So I would still overpack in the future, but there are definitely some things, as I mentioned, that I would not bring again. But yeah, that's everything. So I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me. Bye.